Hey guys, what's going on? Worst of Friends here. I got a brand new team I wanted to showcase tonight. I was going absolutely crazy with this team yesterday night. I went 2-4-1s, 1-5-0. It easily got me into expert. I had maybe one or two matches that were like RPS based that I lost, but I think that if I played them better, I actually would have won them. So let's get into it. So I have this chart here, and this is basically just how I chose between which Pokemon to put the best buddy ribbon on. XL Lanturn and XL Pidgeot both cap around 2400-ish when being used for Ultra League. And that's if you have them at perfect IVs, 15, 15, 15, all the way across. But if you attach your best buddy ribbon to them, they'll get an extra bonus level, which is like 2 levels because it powers them up twice. So on the left here, I have them without the best buddy ribbon, and on the right is them with it. As you can see, Pidgeot doesn't really change that much. It gains maybe one CMP tie win against a mirror match, so another Pidgeot, but that still goes down to a coin flip. However, Lanturn gains an entire win on Defense Form Deoxys. So for that reason alone, I decided to put the best buddy ribbon on the XL Lanturn. Let me know what you guys think about that, though. Obviously, you would never do it on Gliscor. He caps out at 2500 like so soon on, like level like 30 probably or 25. So you wouldn't need it for him. But Pidgeot and Lanturn, both of them, it could make sense either way. I could hear an argument either way, and I would still probably listen to it. But let's get into the matches. Okay, so like I said, we did hit expert with this team. I'm currently a much higher up on expert. I'm around like 2850 right now. But when I did these sets, and I think it was like the second round of sets in is when I hit expert, and I was really hyped. So Lanturn core breaks so much of the meta right now, if you think about it. Poliwrath does not want to see a Lanturn. Jellicent never wants to see a Lanturn. Skeledirge, Talonflame, of course not. So there's like very few Pokemon that could just absolutely core break this team like in reverse, and one of those would be Abomasnow. Luckily, I have not ran into one yet during my sets. These are just all the Pokemon going over right now. My Gliscor is not by any means good for PvP IV. It's almost a max one. But let's get right into the matches. So right off the bat, we have Galarian Weezing. I don't mind this matchup. You know, it probably would feel a little better on Pidgeot because I could debuff it. But I'm just going to play it out. So I'm going to build Thunderbolt, throw the Surf, bait it. They decided no shield. That kind of tells me they're probably not weak in the back to Lanturn. So I'm expecting ground types or maybe even like a fighter. I don't know. Okay, a Swampert comes in. This is good because he did catch the energy. However, that energy was neutral, not resisted. So it still got use. Now we come in Pidgeot. They go for the CMP tie. I'm always going to shield this here because I cannot handle 2 Hydro Cannons on my Pidgeot. I am very thick boy, but not that thick. So I'm going to have to go for the 100% chance of a double debuff here. And I think from here I can almost farm down, but I might have to throw one more. But we'll see what they decide to do. Because their switch clock is misaligned with ours, so they might also swap out early. Okay, they're deciding to keep farming up. Okay, they do switch out. I don't know if they lost a turn there because of the swap or if this is a CMP tie, but either way, I'm happy. And we get the knockout. And they concede the match. They must have been weak in the back. Okay, Alolan Sandslash. Not something this team ever wants to see. It's almost as bad as Abomasnow, but not as bad. It doesn't have grass typing to it. I'm going to shield here. Potentially, I'm probably just going to double shield this. That's how I play this matchup out because my team doesn't really have a really solid answer to the Alolan Sandslash. I mean, Pidgeot could hit it for neutral. And Gliscor, really, I wouldn't even put Gliscor in there. Pidgeot can only win that matchup. It doesn't hit neutral. It does resist it, but it can debuff it. While Gliscor, it can do some heavy hitting damage with Earthquake, but yeah, you're not going to land an Earthquake against a Alolan Sandslash and the 2 shields. I make a really good catch there. I catch the Drill Run, on my Pidgeot. I figured here that I really had no choice because I was going to lose my Lanturn regardless, but instead I chose to save it and see if I could use it on the back end to help me win. Here they respond by coming in Tentacruel after farming up a ton of energy on that Lone Sandslash, which I like. That's what I would have done in that situation. If I'm running away from a Lanturn into a Pidgeot to catch attacks on that, then I have to be weak in the back. So he definitely made the right call saving that. So my opponent has Blizzard. He's a madman. So I have to go for Brave Bird here. I'm lucky I double debuffed him twice, or else I definitely would have gotten taken out by the Blizzard. I'm going to swap out here. Oh, I guess not actually. Okay, I see. So they come in Charizard, and I didn't want to insta-swap because both my Pokemon in the back will get one shot pretty much by the Lone Sandslash. So I try to play it in my favor, and I wait until the Shadow Charizard's one away from his attack, and I switch out and snipe him with a Sturf. But he still survived, and he got out with a Blast Burn, which is bad. So now I have to CMP tie this Alolan Sandslash, and I have to hope that I can somehow survive a Blast Burn. I get the attack through, which is great, but he gets the Blast Burn off. And do we survive? We do, with 1 HP. Next up, we get a hard RPS line here. Guzzlord onto Lanturn is just, it's never what you want to see. Nothing you can throw at it does even neutral, and everything they're throwing at you does damage. So this is still really bad for me, although they did come into Tentacruel. That Guzzlord stacked a bunch of energy on it before it got out. So on the back end, that thing is going to be a huge issue for me. Tentacruel decides to throw its energy early. That's fine with me. I'm just going to look to Brave Bird this before I get taken out, if possible. Okay, I do get to the Brave Bird. That's good. We'll see what my opponent wants to do. This doesn't threaten a knockout, but they decide to shield it anyway, so I'm fine with that. I'm going to have to do something really risky here, and I'm going to have to try to attempt a Spark Down, which is... I'm going to take a lot of damage on this, but it's my only win con. I need to get as much energy as that Guzzlord got out with, plus some more. So I have to completely Spark it down and try to maybe go for double Thunderbolt. I'm going over 100 energy, which is also bad. Okay, he comes back in. I was hoping he would try to CMP tie me there, but he doesn't. He goes for a sneak, so he gets the extra attack in. I have to swap out here, and this is just bad written all over it. He's got so much energy advantage. Although I do have the shield advantage, I also got baited with the Dragon Claw, so now he can openly crunch for free because I have to let these go. Yeah, he's got the crunch. And he has a Jellicent in the back. So this might be somewhat winnable. It depends how much energy I can get to. Okay, I get to 2 Night Slashes here. I could really use a boost right now. Okay, I get the boost. He throws Surf. I have to shield here. My Lanturn has no play in the back against that Guzzlord. And my Switch Clock's available, so I think I'm going to bank that Night Slash and try to farm down. But I don't get to the farm down. And if he's able to finish me off here, yeah, Shadow Ball takes me out. I just lost all that energy on my Lanturn. Maybe I bait him with a Night Slash and get off an Earthquake, but I don't think I make it to the Earthquake after this. I think he can just fast move me down. That's unfortunate. Yep. Well, it's GG. Next up, Golisopod. This is another... This thing never wants to see a Lanturn on lead. Lanturn just destroys it. He comes in Clefable. This makes me think that there might be a Registeel in the back just because he needs an answer to Flyers. Unless he's running some weird like double Charm line or double Fairy line, not double Charm. So I come in Pidgeot here because I figure I want to get the max amount of value out. And Gliscor really doesn't have any issues with Registeel. It does have issues with Golisopod, but only with Liquidation. So as long as I save shields or at least one shield for it, it should be okay. I'm going to go for the full farm down here. Just because I already got the debuff off. I did use one shield to stop the Moonblast from doing max amount of damage. So now, yeah, now 2 Moonblast won't even threaten a knockout. So I can let it go freely. And then we see what he has in the back. I'm at like almost max energy right now too. Okay, he has a Jelly in the back. This is actually perfect. He does not know that I have a Gliscor in the back, which core breaks both of them. So I'm going to come in with the Lanturn and see what he wants to do. Yep, he farms up energy because he's already debuffed and then swaps out, which makes sense. But now he's locked into even a worse matchup because Golisopod doesn't have the same health pool or defense that Jellicent does. So these sparks are really adding up. He goes Liquidation. He does not get the debuff, which is great for me. The more health I can keep on this Lanturn, the more of a nuisance it's going to be in the back. And I can use it on the back end as well. I'm still going to save shield here. My only lose con at this point is giving up this shield and potentially getting double surfed by that Jellicent in the back. I'm going to swap out here. I tried going for the snipe, but it didn't work out. He throws his energy, which is also fine with me. I did lose some energy, but I got him to waste all of his as well. I think I'm going to come back in with Lanturn. I want to get a Thunderbolt on that Jelly. Yeah. I land the Thunderbolt, which is huge. He has to throw his energy. This is perfect. I let him waste his energy on my Lanturn, and then surprise him with the Gliscor in the back. I don't have to shield here. Another lose con is if I shielded here and somehow that Golisopod had enough energy for liquidation. That also could have won him the game. Nice, GG. Next matchup, we got Poliwrath. Amazing. This is what we were aiming to see. This is what we were looking for. We were hunting the Poliwrath. Okay, he insta-responds with Registeel, and I insta-respond with the Gliscor. I don't want my Lanturn on Registeel. It's not the worst matchup ever, but it's definitely one that you would prefer to have your Gliscor in on. And as you can see, my Gliscor is almost 100 IV. It is not tanking these Zap Cannons very well. That already did like half my health. I have to let it go still. Even if I lose switch advantage, I'll be fine because I'll still come back in with energy advantage. And both my Pokemon in the back still hard counter the Poliwrath. Go for Earthquake here. He comes in with Poliwrath. I swap here, and he responds with the Giratina. This was probably a mistake on my end. I really didn't need to swap right there. I was just concerned with him getting a big farm down because I noticed that I think that Poliwrath was on Mudshot. So he would have gotten like a humongous farm down on Gliscor. So I'm just going to keep going for Thunderbolts here. The Thunderbolts are kind of stacking up after a while, but they're all resisted. So, and I don't want to waste any shields here because I know that Pidgeot can do a lot of work in the back. Although it doesn't want to get hit by Icy Winds or potential Ancient Powers, it's still worth it to just save the shield for it because Lanturn's not doing much more. I'm going to come back in and try to snipe. He goes for the catch and gets it. That's good for him. But at least we still get this chip out. And yes, this Poliwrath is on Mudshot, which is horrible. That means it's going to get a humongous farm down on my Gliscor, and he's going to be able to throw multiple Icy Winds at my Pidgeot. And yeah, I'm all around disappointed right now at this point in these matches. I'm just like, all I had to do was just let my Gliscor go down, and I would have had the correct alignment that I needed to make this game go by a lot faster. So he goes for the Icy Wind. He's going to do it again. I already double shielded. I can tank this one. It's fine. My main lose con here is throwing energy, I think. Because, yeah, he's going to swap back into the Giratina. And I can't swap out right away. I want to use some of the energy and then swap out. And that reason being is I was almost at max energy. So I didn't want to like leave with max energy and then have to throw like another attack afterwards. While I go in with Lanturn. And he's already debuffed, and now I can get to my next attack safely because he's already debuffed, and he used his energy on the Lanturn. So he starts shielding right now. This is going to be so close. This is going to come to a timeout because Giratina is so bulky. Yeah, the timer comes up. We only win this game if we can farm this Giratina down. The Poliwrath is at 1 HP, plus it's on Mudshot, so I know that it's not going to come in and try to Mudshot. And that's the clock. Yep, we won that one. Sweet. Our next matchup, another Poliwrath. This is amazing. This is what we want to see. They instantly come in again to the exact same thing. Another, well, this one's shiny this time. A shiny Registeel. I'm telling you, this team, the only issues I run into with this team is kind of like me making decision-making based off of what I think they have in the back. Because there's times where I'm not sure if like putting my Lanturn away in the back is for a good reason, or if they have another hard counter in the back that could just like wall me. But I tend to still go into Gliscor into all of these situations just because it's such a better matchup against all the steel types. It's kind of one of my only solid answers to steel types, but he's got a Skeleturge in the back, which is good. We're going to put our Pidgeot on this because the main attack we don't want to take to the face is that Shadow Ball. Okay, so he's farming up a lot. I'm going to throw the Feather Dance here. I don't know why he hasn't thrown a Disarming Voice yet, if he was going to. And then he throws Now, so I'm kind of confused right now. So I'm definitely going to no-shield this because it's just going to be a Disarming Voice, and that's non-stab. He's still farming up. He comes back into the Pidgeot. I'm going to swap instantly. This Poliwrath is actually on counter, which is what you should be going for. He scalded me. He gets the attack debuff, which is fine. I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. I'm anticipating that he's going to shield this, but I'm not 100%. Oh, he no-shields it. We just go for the full farm down now. We don't give up shields. We already know what our win con is right now. Just Pidgey with 2 shields wins the game. I think he's about at max energy again. He gets the farm down. That's fine. We still have 2 shields up. And we get this Feather Dance off right away. So the Incinerate damage is also going to be debuffed, which is great for us. A lot of these matches do get really stall out like heavy because a lot of what people bring to the Ultra League is like mega bulk. They want bulk everywhere. Registeals, Jellicents, Greedents. You'll run into them all, and it's just to outbulk you and last longer. Because if they can get rid of all your Pokemon, they can either time you out or just win the match based off of numbers alone. So we end up taking that win. That's amazing. And that was the end of the sets right there. So we got Expert. It was amazing. We got, I believe I went 8-2 in my first rounds, and then I got a 5-0. So right now I'm like 28-50. I dropped back a little bit beforehand. That's why I didn't get a humongous like boost off of it, but I still went really high up. I'm approaching Legend really fast. I'm actually sad Ultra League is going to be gone for a week, but then it's going to be right back. So I kind of wanted to make this video for anyone. If anyone still is available to get their Ultra League matches in, I would definitely just try and see them if you have. I know some of these Pokemon are really inaccessible, and some people don't have the perfect versions of each one of them. But I really wanted to showcase how strong they are when they're used at their max extent, which is their perfect IVs with Best Buddy, with the perfect Core Breaker in the back. If you had to sub out any of these Pokemon, I guess you could sub out like Staraptor for a Pidgeot. It wouldn't have as much bulk, but it would have more coverage. And Gliscor, I can't really think of anything super good that can do what Gliscor does, just because it's such a heavy hitter and it covers so much. It covers the ghost types, it covers steels, it covers the fighting types, which are prevalent. Like, they're everywhere right now. You're always going to see them out there. But that's all I have for you right now. Thank you for everyone showing up. Thank you for everyone who's watched the first video so far. I appreciate everyone who subscribed, liked, commented on the video. I really enjoy doing the YouTube videos, so I'll keep doing them. Thank you, guys.